Almost 50 years before the mechanical recording of the human voice, the English journalist Henry Mayhew began to compile a natural history of London's labouring poor. He roamed the streets of mid-19th century London, armed with nothing more than patience, shorthand, and what seems to have been a remarkable ear for the peculiarities of idiomatic English. He recorded the witness of several thousand men and women who plied their meagre and uncertain trades in the Victorian metropolis. Mayhew hoped to extract some large-scale scientific generalization from the inquiry, but in the event he was overwhelmed by the sheer quantity and richness of his material, so that by his own standards the enterprise was a failure. But Mayhew's failure turns out to have been our good fortune, because of the unprecedented archive of personal experience which he bequeathed. Without the benefit of a tape recorder, we can virtually hear the anonymous inhabitants of a world that we have now lost. Even the fashionable parts of London had their quota of street people, some of whom gave Mayhew a perceptive, if jaundiced, account of their contacts with the upper classes. This old woman sold milk fresh from the cow in St. James's Park.
It's not at all a lively sort of life, selling milk from the cows. And some thinks it's a gay time in the park. I'm often dull enough. Could find nothing to interest one sitting alongside a cow. Well, people drink new milk for their health, and I've served a good many such. Mostly young women, I think. It's delicate, makes the most of it. There's 20 women or more to one man as drinks new milk. If they were set to some good hard work, it'd do 'em more good than new milk or ass's milk either, I think. Let 'em go on a milk walk to cure themselves, that's what I say. Some children come pretty regularly with their nurses to drink new milk. Some brings their own china mugs to drink it out of. Nothing less is good enough for them. I've seen the nurse girls frightened to death about them mugs. I've heard one young child say to another, "I should tell Mamma that Caroline said hello to a mechanic who come and shook hands with her." Girl was as red as fire. Said it was her brother. Oh, yeah. There's a deal of brothers come to look for their sisters in the park. Yeah, the biggest fools I sold milk to is servant girls out for the day. Some has to have a day or half in the month. The mistresses should keep 'em at home, I say. Not let 'em out to spend their money and get into nobody knows what company for the holiday. Mistresses is too easy that way. Such girls as make fools of themselves in liking a soldier to run after 'em. I seen one of 'em and, well, some would call her pretty. And the prettiest is the silliest and easiest tricked out of their money. That's my opinion anyhow. Well, I seen one of 'em, and more than one, walk with a soldier, and then they'd stop a minute, and she'd give him something out of her glove, and then they'd come over to me, and he'd say to her, "Mayn't I treat you to a little new milk, my dear?" And he'd change a shilling. Well, of course, the fool of a girl had given him that there shilling. Yeah, I thought when Annette Myers had shot the soldier, that'd be a warning, but nothing's a warning to some girls. She was one of them fools. It was a good deal talked about down at the stand, but I think none of us knowed her. Indeed, we didn't know our customers, but besides.
Mayhew asked her if there were any older customers.
Oh, yeah, now and then there's some oldish gentlemen anyhow. They're idle men, lounging about the stall, though there's no nonsense there. They tell me, too, there's not so much lounging about as there was. Them that knows the trade longer than me think so. Them children, there's a great check on the nurses, and they can't be such fools as the servant maids. Very few elderly people drinks new milk. It's mostly the young. I've been asked by strangers when the Duke of Wellington would pass on his way to the Horse Guards of the House of Lords. It's pretty irregular. I've had sixpence given me, not above once or twice a year, to tell strangers where was the best place to stand to see him as he passed. I don't understand about this great exhibition, but no doubt more new milk will be sold when it's opened. That's all I cares about.
Timewatch returns to BBC Two in 2 weeks. Next tonight, it's The Money Programme.